Good morning, guys. It's 6:20 in the morning and it couldn't start better. Alright, so welcome to another video, CarFreak 458, and look what we got. I mean, yo, it's a Nissan Patrol. Ooh, it's still hot. It's a lovely car. I'm so excited to talk about this car and everything. I took it last night and it's just a madness. It's just a madness, guys. A bit of the features, as I said, 4,800 cc, 6-cylinder inline engine, 280 horsepower at 4,800 rpm and 451 Newton meter. This is a legendary car. This is a legendary desert safari car. This is Arabian dream, you know, something that every single Arab has in the house, you know, especially when it comes to UAE, Oman, you know. It's something that, you know, brings me back to the childhood, you know, how the SUVs they used to look like, you know, boxy shape and all the other things. Super Safari, you can recognize it by the different colors when it comes to the roof. It's always that kind of dark gray color, and then we have this kind of sticker on the side with a white paint, and bumpers and everything else is again great. Usually dark gray. Usually it comes with the black wheels, but owner of this car, he put the Nismo wheels, as you can see, which, I mean, it suits the car so perfect. You know, on the back, as you can see, that kind of you know, it's a cult, you know. It's something like, you know, big spare wheel, big spoiler, which defines the Safari from the Super Safari, basically. And then, you know, a bit of redesigned back tail lights that you have on the newer models. It used to be like, you know, kind of forgotten when the new Patrol came back in 2010, you know, but hey, it's back, and it's back through the big door, if you ask me. Especially after the couple of videos that came out. One of the iconic videos, a race between the Richard Hammond and the guy in Dubai, you know, on the highway when they closed the highway. Well, that was a blast, you know. So, as I said, I don't know what's going on. I mean, this is the second SUV in a row, right? We had the Jeep Wrangler, and now we have the Patrol VTC, you know. Comparing these two cars, this is like a, you know, this is a gazelle, you know. This is a desert fox. This is a truly magnificent car for the area and part of the world that we are in at the moment, you know. It's a lighter version than the new shape, basically, so you never ever are going to be stuck, basically. The front suspension is 3-type coil, and then the back tires, it's a 5-type coil suspension, basically, that this car has. Some other features and effects. It has a 95-liter tank. You think that's like a lot, right? Well, guess what? It has a sub-tank with a 40 additional liters. So you can really spend some money on putting the, you know, petrol in this car. But yeah, I mean, lovely, a bit redesigned model with front lights and fog lights as well, with this front bumper that it has, as I explained already about the back lights. And then the owner really took care of the interior, which we're gonna see right now. Simplicity. This is, you know, the biggest thing about the Patrols, that you know, especially these kind of Y61 models, you know. The new one is Y62, these ones are Y61, you know. They have this kind of marks. So it's a very simple model basically. The owner put the infotainment system, keeping it pretty much clear with some of the storage rooms that you have here. You know, low range gearbox. You can lock the diff as well here, you know, one of the cool features, so you can never ever get stuck over there. Just lock the diff, put it on a 1500 RPM, you know, turn the full left, turn the full right, and off you go. No matter how bad the situation is, this car will get out of it, because this is the real deal when it comes to the off-roading and for the desert. Dashboard, no much of the changes as well over there. Steering wheel as well, very basic one, but then this car has a couple of funny features that we're gonna show you later on during the ride, and then when we switch on the engine basically. So as I said, like a lot of space, you know, front seats, back seats, you know, kind of a big boot as well. So, you know, they made these new models a bit more kind of let's say soft, lighter versions. 6-cylinder inline engine is just good enough as any V8, trust me, when you compare it, and you can just enjoy the cruising on the road with these new Y61s, as you could do with a new Patrol. Yes, the new Patrol is a bit more like, I don't know, dodgy or the boxy, but this one has the real slim trim, and it's a real deal, you know, like cruising on the road, doing the off-roading is just amazing, you know. One more thing, being a 6-cylinder engine doesn't mean it's not thirsty. It's a hell of a thirsty car, trust me on that. It has a lovely purples, and as I said, there's a couple of modifications that the owner put here, and I'm holding like a keys, I don't know, to my heart or to whatever you want to call it, because I'm so happy to have these keys, and I was just like, you know, so amazed by it. Basically it opened the valves now for the cruising, for the long distance, you know, to enjoy the ride. The installation is just fine in the cabin, and then can you hear that burbles? This is what I'm telling you, you know, this is what I was trying to tell you, you know. So it just opened the valves, it's more louder, it has the burbles, and then you can just close the valves and nothing goes on. Later on you're gonna see how it behaves on the road and how it sounds in different modes basically. Didn't have much of the time to speak with the owner last night when I took the car, but I presume that there is also some other modifications when it comes to the performance, because the car has such a nice response on the throttle, way better than some other Patrols that I used to be driven in. So let's just hit the road and try to find some nice twisty mountain roads along the way. It's a lovely morning. It's always worth of waking up and driving nice cars like this, you know. So yeah, and having a Babalu next to you, you know. Who was, by the way, and I don't want you to edit this one, who was on time today? Guys, he was on time. I don't know if it's gonna snow today in Oman, you know, in Muscat, or I don't know what's gonna fly from the sky. Maybe God is going to throw the bricks on my head. But he was on time. He was even before me at the spot, you know, at agreed time. That's just blow me away, blow my mind, blow me out, blow me in, whatever the bloody, you know, thing is. So yeah, let's see, highway. Sound on. There we go. Back to the cruising. rolling. Alright.
Hating.
There we go.
Patrolling. Trying to catch me riding dirty.
I was also telling Tojmal this morning, you know, in this car, there's no possible way that you don't feel, at least for a second, an Arab. You know, it has so much of space. It's such a nice and lovely, I don't know, Arabian camel. You know, and then you just have to leave this left foot and probably put it on the mirror. This is what they do. I'm not gonna do that, by the way, guys, but you know, it just makes you feel like, yes, I'm in a Gulf countries. I'm in the ultimate Arabian car. I'm in a car that, you know, used to bring a lot of smiles back in the days. You know, when there was no Y62, the big Patrol, right? When the Super Safari, VTC, Y61 was neck and neck to the Land Cruiser, you know. And then somehow, as I said, they just went silent for quite a while, up until they introduced this model. And even the better thing is, you have even a two-door version, you know. One of the best cars for Mr. Fura Ajmal. He loves the, you know, Patrol two-door, right?
One day.
Exactly, there we go. So if we would like split the cars even, I would be the one taking the four-door because of the family, and he would be the one taking the two-door because he's a Mr. Twister, you know, a bachelor living the life. So, you know, two-door version, four-door version, and as I said, like, there was that kind of epic, iconic video where the Richard Hammond is testing the 918 Porsche in UAE, and then he's beating the Bugatti Veyron on a quarter-mile, I think, race. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think the Porsche.
Yeah, it's a Porsche 918, but first he has the quarter-mile race with the Bugatti Veyron.
Oh yeah,
and he wins that one. And then there is like a, you know, just a random local guy coming asking to race with a Patrol two-door, and then the Hamid is like, yeah, this is gonna be so embarrassing, blah blah blah, and you know, but you cannot say no to the locals. They're so, you know, nice and everything, hospitable, blah blah blah. And then the guy with the Patrol just blows him off. I mean, he kills him, honestly, on a quarter-mile race. And you know, for that kind of a video shooting that they did, they closed the whole highway. They closed the whole Sheikh Zayed Road highway. Imagine that. This is how much the you know, Arab people are into the cars. There are so many videos about the Patrols and everything. They have the Liva race, if I'm not mistaken, in UAE.
Yes.
Where you can see, you know, these two-door Patrols. If you open the hood, it's like a huge intercooler, huge turbos, and the stuff over there, the modifications. Some of them, they don't even have the hood, bonnet, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's just like the amount of modifications you can do to this car. It's endless, and you can see them going. That Liva race is like usually like a drag race, but on the sand dunes. So you go all the way up, and then you can see that the car like spitting the fire and going. I mean, it's wow. Honestly, it's just wow. There might be something that I wanted to announce to you, but I'm not quite sure if I want to, about the secret features for this car. Let's talk about it later on, and just enjoy the empty roads on a Friday morning. these patrols are being produced only in the GCC, you know, till date. So the manufacturing of these cars have been stopped like in all the other countries apart from the GCC. I guess they just have too many of them in line or whatever it is, you know, waiting for the car. That's why they decided to keep the production for the GCC market, basically. So no other country is still getting the new cars apart from the UAE, you know, Oman, Qatar, Saudi, Bahrain, Kuwait, right? So that's pretty cool. And because I was just discussing as well with the Jamal, yes, the new shape is, you know, more comfy, let's say, you know. Yes, you have a cruise control, but yeah, that with my cruise control, no, tap tap, there we go. This is how you put the cruise control on this one. But you know, I would always choose this one rather than the new shape. It has a better presence on the road. It's more fun to drive, as I said, more responsible and everything on the throttle, and it has the soul. This is the most important thing when it comes to choosing the cars. If I'm in question, you know, to choose the car, I always choose the car with the, you know, that has the soul, has the history, passion. If I would buy the car, you know, that's why I love Ferrari so much. You know, it has the story to tell. Every model, basically. So, yeah. Good for you, GCC, that you can still have these cars. There's a lovely mountain road with a sea. I hope you guys can see that. You know, on the left the mountains, and then over there is the sea. Down is like villas and the residential thing. It's just amazing. We will have to go right here. Look at the roads, man. This is the place to be. This is the place to be, my friends.
Distinctive with white colors.
Imagine living here in the mountains. Oof. Oof. Beautiful. I don't know how much you can guys see that one from the camera, but Jamal and myself will try to get you as close as possible to the scenery here. It is just beautiful. Honestly. It's just beautiful. Unfortunately, I have to keep my eyes on the road as well, but it is just amazing. No seaside. It's a nice and twisty road. Wow!
Wow.
What a view! They're building apparently the bay here, so even that we are in the SUV, the car is just behaving perfectly in the corners. I just like it. Wow, guys! I don't know if you can see that one, but yo,
So cool.
so cool.
Where is he from?
I don't know. It's so
Muscat. I think he's this thing. What do you call it?
cool. Nice one. Nice one. I don't know if you could see that one, guys, but it's a nice Tundra after a beautiful car. TRD. Poof. Look how many fishing sticks this guy have. OMG, like wow. BAJ Biology Sum. Look at the view, guys. Look at that. Oh, this is like a perfect spot. The only thing that's not perfect is these big humps if you're coming with a supercar, but well, you can live with that, I guess, somehow. We wouldn't be the first or last ones coming.
Man, this is such a beautiful community.
Ah, there's a tunnel. This is the tunnel they were talking about. I'll show you now, guys. I remember now. Yes, you see, this is the tunnel they were talking about.
It's small,
Yeah.
but tiny. So the sound is gonna come.
Yes. Go. You have still 30 seconds. Go, 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 go. Let's hear the noise, guys. It's a tunnel o'clock. There is a hump first. Yes, this is definitely the tunnel that we have to come. Woof! Lovely! Oh my god! Alright guys, as usual, safe and sound from the trip. The car did amazing job. So hot. You can make the breakfast on it. That's it for today. As I said, like a lovely experience in this VTC Patrol. So you know, another shout out to Fura Ajmal and car owner, basically for letting us drive and experience this beautiful Japanese machine Y61. What else? That's it, right? Likes, share, subscribe, CarFreak 458, and see you in another videos. Peace.